In this video, I want to just talk to you about life. And life can be very hard. I hear people say, life be life, and I totally get it. I totally relate. And I love what Eric Thomas says. If you're going to have to go through something, if you're going to have to endure pain, if you're going to have to suffer, you might as well get something for the pain. And I totally agree. I totally agree. I think that we should be looking at when we have healed, and even throughout the healing process, we should be looking at, what did I learn from this? What was this meant to teach me? How can I share what I've learned with somebody else so they don't have to go through it this way? They can go through it better. How can I help other people? And so I think that we are going to go through stuff, that life is not going to be easy. It's going to be hard on a regular basis. We're going to have to endure adversity. And the question becomes, what is in that adversity that we can look at in a new way? Can we see how it brought us to a different place of strength, of resilience, of courage? How can we help others? And I think it's worth repeating that we cannot just go through, endure, survive the adversity, the failure, the mistakes, the challenges. We have to look at it in a different way and ask ourselves, what is this meant to teach me? What am I missing? What do I need to learn? How do I need to change? What must I do to grow? How can I do this better? If I had to go through this again, how can I do this better? What did I learn? Like, what changes have I made? Am I better or bitter because of this experience? And so on a regular basis, we have to be considering that we are not the only ones, that other people are going through things, some of them a lot worse than us, and some of it is insurmountable. We can't even fathom what they're going through. And I think we miss the opportunity to grow from adversity because we get so caught up in just being disappointed that it happened, not realizing that it happened for us, not just to us. It happened because there were things in it that needed to grow us and change us. There were things in it that we were going to share somebody else who was going to have to go through the same thing. There were things in it that needed to change our attitude, our ways, our thoughts, our beliefs. And so just something to be thinking about today is, you know, Eric Thomas has a point. I got to go through this anyway. Can I get something for my pain? Can I share this with other people? Can I, make this? I mean, this is a chapter in my life. This is a story in my life. So how can I help others with with what I've learned? How can I keep them from going through, or help them go through it better?